All right, so these social media gurus are gonna hate me for telling you this, but someone's gotta be real with you. They've been playing you. They've been telling you that if you wanna make real money with your personal brand, you gotta create content every single day, you gotta use complicated funnels, you gotta sell cheap digital products that no one even likes, and hire some big team to help you manage it all. The truth is, the personal brand game has changed, and most people just haven't even realized it yet. Now, what these gurus are not telling you is that there is a way for you to build a personal brand that makes the money you've always wanted. And the best part is that you can do it on your own terms without having to sell your soul to these social media platforms, use complicated, expensive funnels, or hire a massive team. And you can still have the freedom to enjoy doing the things that you love. Right about now, you're probably asking yourself, how do I know that that's even possible? And it's because I've done it. Over the past year, I have scaled my own personal consulting brand to over 40K per month, and I've helped people with much smaller audiences hit their first $20,000 month in my private community called the Stay Booked 120 Accelerator. So in this video, I'm gonna break down the exact blueprint that I've used to help my clients consistently hit 20,000 or more every single month. And by the end of this video, you're gonna have everything that you need so that you can go and build a profitable personal brand so you can start making the money that you've always wanted to fuel your dream life. If you're new here, my name is Rick Gacy, and like so many other entrepreneurs, my life was way different 10 years ago. It wasn't even close to where I'm at now, right? Back in 2016, right? I was just finishing up college and I had this desire, right? Which was pretty much, I'm gonna figure out a way to take my skills in content creation and make it into a successful business. That's all I really knew at the time. I bought a camera when I first started college and I just fell in love with creating content, but building a brand back then was not nearly the same as it is now. After graduating in 2016, I spent 6 years working with a variety of brands, big brands, small brands, massive brands, just all of them, right? And I got tons of experience through those years. Even though my specialty was content creation, I spent every moment that I was working with all these different brands studying what worked and what didn't work in terms of helping them actually grow and make money. And throughout those years, I was dead broke. But even though I was broke and I was working with all these personal brands that were making so much money, there was one thing that I knew for sure, and that was that I didn't want to live the life that they were living. A lot of these personal brand owners were literally stuck in the hamster wheel of having to create content every single day just to stay relevant. They were trapped managing these big teams, and worst of all, most of them were making good money. They were also spending a ton of money on paid ads. So I literally watched them go from one funnel to another funnel, webinar funnels, VSL funnels, DM funnels, but nothing really dramatically made a difference for them. Then they had to get another funnel or get another strategy, change everything around. So while on the outside, everything looked good and they were making money, it was complicated, it was expensive, it was time consuming. Like I could see that they were stressed out of their minds trying to keep everything together. So I knew that if I was gonna grow my personal brand and start working with other people to help them grow their personal brands, I didn't wanna do all of the same things that they were doing because they were just getting burnt out. So throughout all that time and experience, I came up with 3 non-negotiables that became the foundation of everything that I built. One, I refused to become a slave to content, right? So I knew I needed a system that would allow me to stay visible and consistent without having to have a camera with me at all times and having to worry about, well, what do I got to shoot, or who's going to shoot me on this and stuff like that. I didn't want to be that guy. Number 2, I knew that I needed something simple, scalable, and automated so that as my business grew, I wouldn't have to manage some complicated funnel or have a big team. My main goal was freedom. So I knew I needed something that was simple to manage and could easily scale. And number 3 was I for sure knew that I was ditching these weak funnels because I saw how they didn't work across the board. So I became obsessed with finding a different way because I already knew that funnels were not working on social media. 2022 is when things really started to change for me because I had launched my own social media marketing agency, helping personal brands grow and scale. And my number one thing was figuring out how to make those 3 non-negotiables a reality. When I looked back at everything that I had learned from all the other personal brands that I have worked with, there was one thing that stood out more than anything else. And that was that these funnels just didn't work anymore. But it wasn't just because these funnels were broken, they were failing because they didn't match how people actually use social media. No one actually goes to social media to buy anything. They're there to be entertained or to get some value or to connect, right? But no one's there to buy. So I knew that old school way of pushing people from your videos over to some sales page to get them to sign up and give you their email to some cheap lead magnet. Then you try and upsell them on the back end to something else. And then if they don't buy, you try to save them with a bunch of emails and you email them till they die or buy. That's just not the strategy, okay? And it doesn't work because let's be real for a second. How many times have you gotten those emails and you either throw them in your spam, throw them away, unsubscribe, or just ignore them? Or my favorite tactic is you give them some old email that you don't even use so that you're not even seeing the emails. Doesn't work. So if you're really trying to get people to buy nowadays, you really got to think about how people actually consume social media now. Nowadays, if you find someone whose content you like, you'll follow them, right? You might consume their content for a couple weeks, a couple months, maybe years, who knows? But it takes time to build that trust, to build value, and to eventually get them to pull out their credit card and actually buy from you. So unless you have a team of super sales sharks that are just going to follow up with all of your leads and close everybody who doesn't buy, using funnels is for sure not the best strategy if you're trying to make money with your personal brand. So that's why when I started my agency, the first thing I did was ditch all those funnels that everyone else was using. And I focused on building what I call an infinite client journey. Now, the difference between an infinite client journey and a funnel is that an infinite client journey isn't trying to force a sale. It's in fact focused on the long game and how people actually use social media. So instead of trying to sell them right away or use fake urgency or use discounts to get people to take action, it instead focuses on giving people value, helping them build trust, and help them learn that you are the best solution for the problem that they're having. So whereas funnels, you need to have a ton of traffic, you need to be putting in money on ad spend, right? Just to be profitable and get people into your funnel so that hopefully you can sell a few of them on the back end. An infinite client journey is more like an infinity loop. When people come in, they keep getting nurtured with more value, with more trust, seeing that you can help them get results because you're showcasing how you've helped other people. And that creates this energy where instead of you trying to hard sell them, they actually sell themselves on wanting to work with you. So after all those years of watching all those different personal brand owners struggle and jump from funnel to funnel, I built this infinite client journey system that has not only helped me grow my consulting brand, but also helped me grow the brands of my clients to 20K, 30K, 40K, and in some cases, hundreds of thousands a month. And I call this beautiful system the Stay Booked solution. So let me stop wasting time talking shit on all these funnels and let me actually tell you how this solution works. My Stay Booked solution, like I said, is an infinite client journey that is made up of 3 core parts. Each of those parts is set up to take your client from a lead all the way over to a raving fan and do all of it while making sure that you don't get caught up trying to manage some complicated funnel or manage every single little part of your personal brand business. So the first part of this solution is called the infinite content cycle. And like I told you, based on my experience, I saw how difficult it was for all these other creators to stay consistent on social media. So I knew that the first most important piece was figuring out how to consistently create content without needing to be a full-time content creator. So that's exactly what my infinite content solution solves. It helps you post content every single day on multiple platforms without you having to film and create and edit content every single day. And I'm gonna be breaking that all down in another video, but in this video, let me just give you a quick overview of how it works. We start by taking a single video idea and repurposing that single video idea into 3 or 4 different content types, which means that if you create 10 ideas, those 10 ideas can easily become 30 or even 40 posts. So that means that you can spend 1 or 2 days a month creating content, and you will have all of the content that you need for an entire month. And with a little help from AI, you can effortlessly repurpose all of this content so that you can post every single day, short form and long form, and not have to worry about having to become a full-time content creator. Now, the goal with this entire first part of the Staybook solution isn't to help you go viral. It's built to help you create valuable content that speaks directly to your most ideal customer and continue to build value and trust by giving them tons and tons of content to consume. The ultimate goal of this content system is to take people from a cold lead over to a follower and get them to stick around long enough to become a buyer. And that leads me into the second part of my Stay Booked solution. Once you have their attention, the obvious next step is to make it easy for them to buy from you without having to hard sell them. And that's where the offer stack solution comes in. Instead of creating a bunch of random products or services, you build one simple core offer that truly solves your audience's biggest problem. Now, if you've ever read the book $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi, you know that having a high ticket offer is essential if you're really trying to make money with any personal brand. But there is a catch to Alex Hormozi's strategy. Unless you have a solid, killer sales team that is making sure that no lead gets left behind, trying to get someone from a follower over to a high ticket offer is probably not going to work. So for the personal brand that has a high ticket offer but doesn't have a killer sales team, what we've learned is that the best way to sell your high ticket offer is by splitting it up into 3 core layers. The first layer is your free offer, and that's where you take some valuable stuff from your core offer and you give it away for free. In that content, you also make sure that you talk about your unique method, why you're different, share your results and testimonials, and give as much value as you can up front. When you give real value up front, that isn't just some cheap PDF or lead magnet that no one actually cares about, you actually build real trust with your potential buyers. The second layer is your low ticket offers. This is where you make it really easy for a follower to become a buyer. The whole point of your low ticket offer is to help your audience have a small, quick win for a small investment. It's not just about the price, it's about momentum. If you create a low ticket offer that gets someone a result quickly, that will help you build trust with them and get them closer to the third layer, which is your high ticket offer. Now, if your free and low ticket offers are set up in the right way, then your high ticket offer naturally becomes the next best step on this journey where they're looking to solve this problem. And your high ticket offer should be set up in a way to help them get the full transformation that they're looking for. And if your high ticket offer can actually get someone the outcome that they're looking for, then your high ticket offer not only becomes the main revenue driver, but it will turn those buyers into fans. And fans, they don't just pay you, they promote you, right? They give you testimonials, they share their transformation publicly. And the best part is that you can use their stories and their transformation to go create more content, to attract more leads, and to help build more trust. And again, it just fuels your system all over again. Honestly, with this whole system, people naturally move from one layer to the next without you needing to hop on sales calls or chase leads down or email them till they die, right? But it just works. If you remember, I said there were 3 core parts to this whole solution. This third part, you may not see it on here, but it is the most important part because it runs everything in the background. And that is the complete automation solution. With automation tools and AI, this system is set up to help you automate all the repetitive tasks in the business, like repurposing content, scheduling content, sending out links to your leads, getting people to your free offers, your low ticket offers, your high ticket offers, onboarding, appointment scheduling, emails and SMS, all of that good stuff, right? anything that can be automated or that can use AI to help you get things done faster, that is the main thing running in the background to make sure that you have a business that works even when you're offline. That way, you get to make the money you want to make without becoming a slave to the personal brand. So, if you haven't asked yourself already, you're probably thinking, why is it called the Stay Booked solution? And that's a good question. And the reason it's called the Stay Booked solution is because staying booked equals freedom. When you are fully booked out, you have the freedom to raise your prices. You have the freedom to walk away from clients you don't want to work with. And best of all, you have the freedom to build a business that fuels your life instead of running it into the ground. So if you've made it this far in the video, the question isn't, will this system work for me? The real question is, are you willing to commit to try something new and then put in the work to make it actually work for you? So if you are serious about really growing your personal brand and attracting clients who want to work with you without you having to chase them down, then there's 3 simple things that I want you to do today to start your journey. Number 1, and the easiest of the 3, is I want you to screenshot your main short form platform. So whether that's Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, screenshot the top of it, right? I want you to see your profile picture, the headline, everything. Screenshot it. And do the same for your YouTube channel if you have a YouTube, or your podcast, whatever your long form channel is. I want you to screenshot both of those. And the reason I want you to do that is because if you're serious about growing your personal brand, this is going to be the last time that your accounts will ever look like this. Because I promise from here on out, everything's going to change for you. Step 2, I want you to go ahead and click the first link in the description. I want you to join my free school community. Inside the community, you'll find some free lessons that you can take action on immediately to start building out your personal brand. And in the main community section, there's a channel called Free Gems. So go ahead and go through the free gems, because every single week I'm dropping tons of value, hacks, and things that everyone in the community can use to grow their personal brand. And step 3, if this video has helped you realize that funnels don't work and that there is a better way for you to grow your personal brand, go ahead and drop your boy a like, subscribe to the channel, and then go ahead and comment. Let me know, what is your niche? And I want to know, how much money do you need to make to be able to live the life that you want to live? I'm glad that you're on this journey with me. So if you're serious about growing your personal brand, let's not just build a brand that looks good on the outside. Let's build a brand that keeps you good and keeps you paid. Peace.